Good morning guys, and welcome back to another vlog. This is not what I had planned. My friend was supposed to be coming for a hack, and then I had something funny kind of like in the pipeline with Brad. But the UK are experiencing a heat wave. A heat wave, I will add, like nothing we've ever had before. For us, sort of the summer gets to like, well, people go mad if it gets to like 26, 28 degrees Celsius, that is. But we're actually going to expect sort of like 35, 36 and even 38 in some places. So as the UK does, we've gone into a bit of a meltdown panic, excuse the pun. So instead, Hannah's not coming for a ride. And to be fair, I haven't even been able to get onto it, have I? So that's fine. And what I actually thought I would do is just kind of a little video on how we're going to cope with the heat. So this one has been living out. Oh, this new cinematic thing does not allow you to see her. Bear with me. There we go. Right, there she is. And I am stood underneath the gazebo. I've put the gazebo up because by like lunchtime, this whole area here out front here is in the shade. And that's the only shade her field actually gets. So that's why I've put it up. But this morning, it is due to get absolutely crazy hot today. So I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to get her out the sun for the worst part of the day. And then when the sun comes back onto the front of the stables, they get too hot. So I'm going to come down, cold hose her off, stand her under the tree and do all that kind of stuff. And then she probably will go out. So basically, let's see how horses cope with the heat wave. I will also add that she's totally fine with the gazebo. It's the one I used to have tied up to the side of the trailer at shows. So yeah, the gazebo doesn't freak her out. And I've had this up for a few days now and I've been feeding her under it, and I have caught her standing underneath it as well to get in some shade. So yeah, the gazebo is not a problem. She's been in. It is registering 29 degrees Celsius here, but there's a bit of a haze in the sky, so there's not blistering sun. And I get the dog's cool jacket on, even though he's sitting in the sun, so I'm worshipping it. It's one that cools him down from underneath, and you literally dunk it in water, and then he will wear that, and it keeps him nice and cold. So that's him in his jacket. Hey, come in the shade. Come on. Ziggy, come in the shade. Come on. Come and get in the shade. Don't sit in the sun. You silly dog. So, because it's not registering stupid heat, it's 29, I think I said. We've had that kind of before. I'm not going to hose her down. I'm just going to put her sun reflective fly rug on. So I've got the one that's got like the silver elements in it, which bounces the heat off of them, and I'm just going to put extra water in the field. She's got the gazebo, as we've seen, for shade if she needs it, but I have sort of been looking at a lot of vet reports, and they sort of say that horses can cope better than we can. As long as they have access to shade and to water, they actually are okay. So tomorrow we're due the sort of like 35s. I think she'll end up with a few cold showers tomorrow. But for now, we're just going to, rug her up, extra water, plenty of shade, and some fresh, juicy grass. So this is how cool this is. I've just gone to turn the water on, and someone's standing in the shade. Hey? Okay, I've opened up some grass. It's a little bit sort of juicy, so there is some fluid in there. But also this rug, she's she's warm, but she's cooler under there than like here. It is an Amigo one, and as you can hear, there's quite a breeze, so I'm not too worried. The dog is actually shivering. He's soaking wet and his coat's on. But yeah, I'm not too worried. It's nice and breezy. And of course, I've given her the shade. I need to poo pick, but I think I'm either going to have to come down really early tomorrow to do that or wait until Brad's back, because I can't do that when the dog's here. It's like a half-hour job and I don't want him out in the sun for that long. But it's nice to know she was stood under the shade. I haven't put her water under here purely because... Ooh, fill up the next bucket. Ooh, go in. Purely because I thought, oh, if it is really windy, so like it is now, and she didn't want to go under it, I didn't want her without water, but she seems to be totally fine with it. I'm just pulling this bit down. But when I put this up the other day, it was actually really, really windy, and it seemed to be okay. It's ripped a little bit like here, but it's okay. It's okay. But it's offering a bit of shade. I got a salt lick here. She was having some of this the other day, but it's just one of them natural rock salts. And then I'm giving her extra water today. I do need to pick up the poo. That's not ideal, but not with a done. Dog who is stood in the sun. Ziggy, come on. He was getting cold in his jacket. Come on. Come over here in the shade, please. But no, I mean, look, I'm strip grazing, so she has got all that. But that's far too much for her because her belly's so big. But this was all so green, and now it's just... It's dear. Oh, that's so nice. 2 buckets, extra water, some shade, breezy air, happy pony. See you tomorrow. Good morning. So it is day 2 of the UK national heatwave. We're due 39 degrees today. That is a temperature I've never experienced in my life, not even on holiday. Of course, Dublin's not going to ever have experienced that either. And unfortunately, she's a lot older now. So, plan of action for today is I'm going to bring in, we actually have a vet on the yard right now, and he just said horses are better off hot in their stables than they are out in the direct sunlight. So I'm going to bring in, and then I'm going to come up at lunchtime, cold hose her and let her do some apple bobbing. But it's meant to be like 33 degrees tonight at 8 o'clock. So by then she has the shade, and she has a shade of her gazebo. So I will evaluate then. But morning, she's underneath the gazebo again. So I'm going to bring you in and we'll see how the day goes. And they're dripping. Is that nice? Oh, big sigh. In true British style, I am gonna say I have never experienced heat like this. It is now 3:10. It is 34 degrees. I don't think I've ever experienced temperatures over 30 degrees, like in the UK. So it's crazy. Like, everyone's going, oh, but when you're on holiday, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, but when you're on holiday, I'm lying by a pool or I'm in a bikini. I'm not trying to keep a dog and a horse safe and comfortable and alive. The dog, being an absolute pain in the arse, insists on sitting in the garden, but I've had the aircon unit on him to try and keep him cool, and I've come back now to cold hose Dublin off again. I'd love to do things like apple bobbing. That's a really good way of getting some fluid into horses, sticking some apples in their water troughs or water bowls. But she point blank refuses. She's literally too much of a diva. If it's hard work, she's not doing it. So I end up giving them to her. But they are all here. Oh, I think Lily's lying down. Oh, you hot, darling. You hot, darling. Yeah, and here's the others. They all got droopy lips. Droopy lip. I've been leaving her door open to allow a bit more airflow in. They are still in the shade, but it won't be long until they're in the sun. So I'm going to cold hose her off and then stand her over in the shade over there and see if we can cool you down. It's just too hot. It's just so hot. Come on, puppets, get you in the wash bay. I've had to strip down to my bikini. Well, bikini top anyway. So the thing about cold hosing is it's not just a case of throwing a bucket of water over, like cold water. You've got to cold hose for like a while, like you would with an injury, I guess. But actually continuous water until you're bringing the actual body temperature down. And then because the heat and the sun is going to be on the stables within the hour, I'm going to let this sort of dry in the shade, and then I'm going to put her fly rug on, and I'm going to do it again with the fly rug because that takes a bit longer to dry and it's going to keep her cooler for longer. But we've got, I think it's due to be like 33 degrees at 9 o'clock tonight. So it's going to be an absolute nightmare, but predominantly the only concern is getting her out of the sun. So the sort of reflective fly rug being soaking wet should do the trick. But yeah, so she's gonna stand there in the shade. There's also a really nice breeze coming up the yard, so that's really helpful, and I'm gonna muck out and do all the normal chores. I can't pan down because I'm wearing a bikini top. Round 2, I have covered her face in some Netex fly cream, just because I can't really put a fly mask on her overnight. So it is the Summer Freedom salve. It was given to us on the content weekend and it's been amazing. I'm sorry you're close to my face, but there's no way I can put my top back on because I'm boiling. But turn it on would help. Now that her body temperature has gone down, I am now going to re-hose her off with her fly rug on, and it will just take longer to dry and therefore keep her cooler for longer. So that is her out in the field, happy again. She's in a dripping wet rug. She is dripping wet herself. There's actually a lot of cloud cover, so she's not in the blazing sun. That's obviously the main concern. So she's good. She's happy. It's just the case of making the best out of a bad situation, isn't it? I'm guessing some of my viewers might be from abroad and thinking, why the hell are you freaking out? But you know, for us to get temperatures of 35 is not normal, so the horses aren't used to it, we aren't used to it. But yeah, I'm sorry that this video was not the fun video it was supposed to be. I'm gonna have to reschedule with Hannah, and I also have a very funny vlog coming up with Brad. Bit of a cameo, I guess, as you could say. So do stay tuned, and hopefully all will be back to normal soon. I hope you and your horses are staying cool. Drop your top tips below. I'm sure there's some other things that everyone can pick up from each other. But until then, I will see you next time. Bye.